The Empire of Fallen Angels. Night after night, Mariani heard the sound of sirens echoing through the city streets. With each alarm, a new catastrophe announced itself. This is the world we live in, he thought, watching the news broadcast images of disasters. Overwhelming floods turned cities into oceans of despair, while forests that were once refuges of life turned into gigantic pyres, consumed by uncontrollable flames. One night, as the city fell into an unsettling silence, Mariani was awakened by a different sound, a deep whisper that seemed to come from the depths of the earth. It was an old voice, filled with sadness and anger. The destruction of the planet represents the end of humanity, he murmured, repeatedly. The whisper seemed to fill the room, invading his thoughts, leaving no room for anything but a growing sense of panic. Amidst the terror, Mariani realized she was not alone. Spectral figures emerged from the shadows, their faces marked by pain and despair. They were the victims of human neglect, lost souls who now wandered among the living, trapped between two worlds. They approached, their empty eyes fixed on Mariani, as if they blamed her for their tragedies. She tried to get up, but her feet felt glued to the floor. The air grew heavy, and Mariani felt as if she were being pulled down into the planet's boiling core. The walls around her began to crack, and through the cracks, she could see terrible images: submerged cities, forests in ash, and a sky permanently covered by clouds of smoke and poison. Amidst the terror, Mariani realized she was not alone. Spectral figures emerged from the shadows, their faces marked by pain and despair. They were the victims of human neglect, lost souls who now wandered among the living, trapped between two worlds. They approached, their empty eyes fixed on Mariani, as if they blamed her for their tragedies. She wanted to scream, but her voice failed her. She felt panic rising within her, an overwhelming wave that consumed her from the inside out. Suddenly, the ground beneath her feet gave way, and Mariani was swallowed by a deep, oppressive darkness. Falling through the void, she saw flashes of destruction, the planet collapsing, and ultimately, the end of humanity. When she woke up, sweaty and shaking, Mariani realized she was in her bed, but something had changed. The world outside seemed darker, more threatening. The whisper still echoed in his mind. The destruction of the planet represents the end of humanity. She knew this wasn't just a nightmare, but a warning. The panic he had felt was just a glimpse of the terror that was to come unless something was done to change the course of history. Mariani decided she could no longer ignore the signs. I needed to act, and I needed to get others to act too. Because the fear that scares humanity is not just a feeling, but a premonition of what is to come. And the only way to escape this terrible fate was to face the truth and fight for the future of the planet.